Hi Kiwi, we are back at Hades 1, and today we are going to be running the rail. I haven't quite decided on the aspect, but I think I'll take Palm Blossom, and we'll just let fate decide what we're going to do here. Why don't we go Aspect of Eris? We haven't run Aspect of Eris in a while. And why don't we keep the pattern going? Let's try another 32 heat run. I know in the last episode I wasn't in the last episode I said I wasn't going to try 32 heat, but you know, Eris Rail is so strong. Why don't we do that? We'll take 2 levels of hard labor, 2 levels of lasting consequences, max out convenience fee, jury summons, 3 levels of extreme measures, 1 level of calisthenics moratorium. Now I'll drop that and I'll take benefits package, middle management, underworld customs, forced overtime, only 1 level, patent security. Let's toss on a level of damage control because I think I can manage that. And tight deadline, 2 levels. That should be plenty.
Said our goodbyes already, pal.
Wish me luck. Let's see what we get.
The pact is sealed.
Alright, we're starting off with Ares, which isn't my favorite on the rail, admittedly.
Surely you've heard the rumblings about a war which has erupted on the surface here. Doubtless you've seen an influx of fallen mortals. It's quite a decent one, I have to say. Though unlikely to rise to the ranks of the greats. Too few armies involved in it, I fear.
Oh, Ares, you just want all the bloodshed, don't you? Alright, so we're not being given very great starting boons, but I guess maybe we go for another Merciful End run, but on Raris and see how that goes. That might be fun. Or I could build into hunting blades, and I feel like the damage up from Eris would be pretty wild on that. I think we take Curse of Agony first for now, just because we need some reliable damage, and Ares will definitely give us reliable damage early on. Well, I see we're going to be stacking a lot of levels on the attack right away if we're getting a Nectar and we're running the Palm Blossom.
You do.
Can't complain about that too much.
Chamber's empty.
The main reason why I don't like Ares on the gauntlets or... Oh, Zeus. Ooh, Zeus would have been really nice on the attack. A little too late now, but could we make Zeus work here? His call would be decent. If I'm going to go Merciful End, his duos with Ares and Athena don't really do much for me. So I think I'm going to skip Zeus for now. I'm definitely looking for Artemis because, again, we could potentially build into it a Hunting Blades run later in the playthrough. So I think that's the route I'm going to take for now. We'll skip Zeus. I don't really want Aphrodite. I could make a consideration for out of Heartrend potentially. But I would love to see a Cluster Bomb build. We've never gotten lucky enough to see Cluster Bombs happen, but getting Artemis on the special would be awesome. Although I guess I can't do that if I'm going for Merciful End, because we have to take Athena's special to even be offered Merciful End. So,
Got it. A fine catch.
But again, it seems like the game really wants us to palm up this attack as much as possible early on, which I'm not going to complain about, frankly. Getting the 75% damage increase from Eris. So, in case, Kiwi, you don't remember how the Aspect of Eris works, the Aspect of Eris works by giving us a 75% damage boost to all of our sources of damage. Literally all of them. So long as we have been hit by our special's AoE blast in the last, I want to say 4 seconds, it might be 5 seconds. It's a pretty sizable duration and a pretty monumental damage up too. This is by far one of the worst possible rooms you can see in Tartarus. The spammy witch chamber is a nightmare. Thankfully we didn't get cloning witches, which makes it even worse. And Doom one-shots these guys if we can break their armor. One-shots their armor and then one-shots them again. So I guess it's really a 2-shot, but you know. I'm playing the rail a little bit like Hestia, where I'm out of habit dropping my reload every chance I get as I dash around. My brain is just so hard-coded into playing Hestia. I think we take Sisyphus here just for the time save. I would love to take an early hammer, and honestly, it was probably better off taking the early hammer. But the coin that Sisyphus can offer will help us.
Just one thing I don't understand, Prince Zed, if you'll indulge me for a moment here. If everything is all right for you at the house, then why is it you're fighting to the surface still?
I feel like we're about to talk about our Sisyphusian trials.
Oh, you know, wouldn't want Father to get too comfortable thinking this place is foolproof. It has a terrifyingly ominous reputation to uphold. There is no escape.
Sure, that makes sense. Well, from a certain point of view, escape over and over to prove it can't be done. I like that. Well, let's both of us keep at it then.
We will keep at it, don't you worry, Sisyphus.
Easy does it.
Thanks for your everlasting
now.
support, Boldy.
Can't do that.
How's everything going lately there, Baldy?
Seems like he's doing pretty well. All right, we got 1% more gold. Oh, hey, look, Artemis is already showing up. Excellent. So, I think what I'll do is I'll probably take her call, or I don't really want her dash. I don't think her dash works that great on the rail. I could be mistaken. Or basically I have to commit to either her special at this point or accept that I want to go Hunting Blades and commit to that. Or I take her call and kind of stick in the middle of everything. I don't know, Hunting Blades on Eris does sound really fun now, but so does Merciful End. Or if I get both of them, the game is just over. The run is just won at that point, I think. Our damage potential would just be so wildly off the charts. I do have to focus on dodging these guys as much as possible.
You found me, Artemis.
All right, Artemis, what have you
I have a
got?
boon for you here, Zagreus, though just be sure you don't embarrass me.
Oh, don't worry. I will embarrass myself, first and foremost. We are offered either her cast. I guess these are really the two that I have to consider between. I think. I mostly just want to be set up for her duos. This would set me up for. Tough decision here. I mean, it's the lowest rarity on the special, so I think I'll take her dash, even though I don't really want it. It at least sets us up for her duos, and it puts her in our pool. We'll take the shop here because we could be offered another Ares, Artemis, or even see Athena. But Zeus says no. Zeus says hi. But there's Athena.
just fine. Thank
Wow,
you
we
for
are being
asking,
offered
mate.
all of the gods we could possibly want all right away. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should have bought the Zeus boon because then I would have had something to sell in the shop. Now I'm going to have to be forced into selling either Artemis or Athena or Ares boon. Unless I guess I still have the end shop, so I'll be able to afford one boon there. So I'll just have to try and buy a fodder boon there. I think is ultimately what it boils down to. Our doom damage, thanks to the lucky palms, have already stacked up to almost 200 with Ares's buff effect, which means we're one-shotting most enemies in Tartarus. I think the tankiest enemies here only have in the realm of 200 HP, which feels pretty good. All right, Athena.
It's fortunate your troubles with your mother were resolved. Persephone, I mean. To think I led all of my family to believe your mother was the goddess Nyx instead. It seems I was an unwitting accomplice to a bit of a deception there. But Nyx, I know she merely tried to help.
Well, I appreciate her understanding. All right, so we were not offered Athena's special, but I will re-roll for it here because it's the sooner we get that on the table,
Options.
the better. Unfortunately, once again, oh wait, no, there it is. Okay, so we are going to take Divine Flourish. I think we're committing to the idea of going for Merciful End here, but we are set up for it now. Ideally, if we could get Athena's dash. Oh no, I forgot. We need Athena's dash. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, we can still make decent use of Merciful End. It just won't nearly be as potent. I'm gonna hold off on buying that. I think we'll take the Artemis boon here because, again, if we are gonna go a Hunting with Blades run,
I see you.
we're most certainly going to want to stack up as much in the way of cast gems as possible. Unfortunately, because of how fast the sneak teleports and its ability to clear status ailments, it's very unlikely that we're going to be killing this with our doom damage anytime soon. I have to tag it as soon as it teleports behind me to do an attack, and then it will get hit by doom. There we go. Perfect.
That's what you get.
Alright, so we will take Support Fire here because having a chance to crit is always great, Pressure Points rather. We'll take 3% crit chance, and that'll set us in line for being able to unlock her duo, or her legendary rather. We take the keys here for the sake of rerolls because even if we aren't going to be seeing the full potential of Merciful End without having Athena's dash, it's still pretty darn strong. And the extra little bit of damage that it can provide us will always be appreciated. I think ultimately we're probably going to benefit more from Hunting Blades because I made the catastrophic error of taking Artemis's dash without thinking about, oh wait, Merciful End for it to work on the rail really needs those 3 boons. Merciful End always benefits from having a rapid hitting way to apply Doom and a rapid application of the deflect effect as well. And unfortunately, our special is going to cut that, unless we get maybe Cluster Bomb. If we got Cluster Bomb, that would work really good, or Triple Bomb would be okay, I suppose. So I suppose there are some ways to make this work. I think we kill these guys with our special rather than anything else. There are too many of them to take out with the attack individually. Not without like ricochet fire, and even then ricochet fire only bounces to one extra enemy. It looks like we have some cloners here, which makes them a little extra sketchy, but we're clearing them out just fine. And then that one is the real one, and there we go. Okay, pop this into them, grab the buff, and dash about as always. I'm focusing down the louts first because they're a little bit more inconvenient to get killed, and just tossing specials as these guys chase after me. The one nice thing about Ares' Doom damage overall is just it's kind of a set it and forget it, hit the enemy and run away, and really the bulk of our damage is coming from those Doom procs. That said, I still am running with some degree of forced overtime, which is a little scary. All those melee enemies just attack really fast. Rocket Bomb, okay. Don't want spread fire, I think. So Rocket Bomb is probably a good place to start. It'll make our special a linear projectile, means we can fire it into walls and reliably get our damage up, and it's the first half of cluster rockets, which is one of the strongest builds in the game, especially on the aspect of Ares. So we'll take Rocket Bomb here for sure.
Let's go, Exegriff.
HP or shop. I will take the shop here because we are looking for a boon to sell. And it's a random boon, but I think as long as we have Artemis, Athena, and Ares, we have all the gods we want in this build, so I'll take the random.
Lovely.
Aphrodite isn't really that great for us, but we'll take what we can get. I'm definitely not taking her cast for obvious reasons. We'll take Wave of Despair, because if I can sell that, it'll sell for a whole bunch. I don't need HP. I wouldn't mind getting that Centaur Heart, because I am prone to taking damage against the Fury Sisters, but I think I'm fine.
Hello, Fury Sisters.
Hello, sis.
Oh, sorry that you couldn't make the feast back at the house, Tisiphone. Though I don't really think it was your kind of scene. Although Ares was there, he's probably done some murders, right?
I feel like I've heard this dialogue before. Am I mistaken? Was this not in the last episode? Maybe I'm going crazy. Either way.
Murder. Murder. Murder.
Alright, I'm gonna pop... I was trying to pop the special into myself here, but there we go. Get some Doom damage on her, keep just tagging her with the special where possible, and then otherwise kite her out. I'm trying to dash into my special where possible, but it's a little tricky. There we go. Oh gosh, everything's hitting me at once. I do appreciate that this game does have kind of a damage mitigation system where if you're hit by too many high-hitting damage moves at once, they do kind of like bail you out. I'm gonna drop Sisyphus here for the HP he can give, and it instant phases her so I don't have to worry about her projectiles there. Dash in, get the special effect. Unfortunately, I didn't get hit by that. I have to be really close to her if I want to get the special, unfortunately. And I'd rather just focus on not getting hit here, so there we go. A little bit more damage taken than I would have thought ideal, but the Ares Rail is just so darn strong.
Titan blood.
Alright, on to Asphodel.
Here's to a pleasant voyage up in Asphodel.
Off to Asphodel.
So because we took the Palm
try a
Blossom,
different one.
I really have the option of taking whatever gods I want here. I think what I will do is I will take... this is a tough decision, honestly. Artemis, Ares, or Athena. I could take any of them here and get something good out of it. I think we stand to get the most out of Ares because we want his cast. So that's probably what I'll do. I'll take Ares here so we can start stacking up his cast. And then we'll, if he offers us Merciful End, I'll gladly take that instead.
Go with that one.
All right, and then I do need to
take the
sell one of
trade?
these to get onto the next floor. I think why don't we sell the Dash? If I sell Hunter Dash, then I can reliably, or more, potentially still get Athena's Dash, and that'll make our Merciful End build possible.
Cleaner already.
Sounds good to me. All right, and then Prometheus Stone sounds fun if we had Hunting Blades. We do not, so I'm going to leave that be for now. All right, on to Asphodel.
Nowhere to go but up.
I have a feeling we'll make very quick work of
Yes.
Asphodel, but I also think I'm going to be taking a lot of damage in Asphodel, so I'll have to be some degree of careful. Seeing Hermes here would be awesome too. If we can get Rush Delivery, we will have so much base damage.
Not that sulfur smell.
It'll be kind of wild. But, oh well, the game heard me. I'm getting some HP, which I will very gladly take. Given how that boss fight went, I do think I have to be pretty careful about how I position to try and get my self-shots off for the special, because the Rocket Bomb really wants to aim at enemies rather than walls, even if I actively try to face a wall. And it fires instantly, so I can't I can't hold it like I can with the bow to re-aim it. So I think what I'll have to do is I'll just have to try and get some melee shots. At only one level of force overtime, I'm not that afraid of getting hit. there's Hermes or a Palm. I think we take Hermes here. Again, seeing rush delivery will be awesome. If we don't get offered rush delivery, also taking anything that gives us more dashes will always be welcome. For a Merciful End build in particular, where we're focusing on our main procs of the Merciful End damage will come from landing our dash. Or at least the deflect application will be. I do feel like the damage potential of Merciful End on the Eris Rail must be ridiculously big. Just because, I mean, think about it. Merciful End already does a ridiculous amount of damage. We've gotten a whole bunch of palm levels on the attack. And we'll have the effect of the Eris Rail, which is just already kind of insane. 75% more damage at all times, as long as you have met some minor conditional, is just a wild damage up, honestly.
He's back.
Got all your father's lifeless wretches hot and bothered going all out, all because of that forced overtime condition of his. Isn't that right, cuz? Well, if they're interested in getting things done quickly, I'm sure you can oblige them in a bit.
That I can, Hermes. Alright, let's see. We are not offered any of the boons I would like that I listed off, and I do think this is something worth re-rolling for, because it will synergize with our build extremely well, so let's try.
Any other boons for me?
Well, no dashes, but Greater Haste does set us up in line for...
That's Godspeed, alright. Right.
That will potentially set us up for rush delivery, so 20% movement speed means a fair bit of increased damage should we get rush delivery, plus it puts it online. So since this is a random god boon, we only have Aphrodite, Zeus, Artemis, and Athena, or we have our 4 gods in the pool, so this can only pull from them, and 3 out of 4 of those gods I want, so...
Well, look at you.
Of course, the 4th god is the one that I get, but you know. Of course, that's how that works. Heartbreak Strike would be pretty solid damage, but it completely ruins our synergy, so I guess we just take Life Affirmation here. I really want nothing to do with Aphrodite on this run. Although Heartrend, I guess, could be good, her duo with Artemis for the sake of getting extra damage. I don't want to dilute the potential duo boon pool, though, so I'm just going to take Life Affirmation here. Okay, there's our Ares, and he's going to be in a mini-boss chamber, or an elite monster chamber. It's probably the Death Barge. Oh, nope, it's our giant Gorgon head. Okay.
That's a problem.
Not a problem that I can't fix, though. I'm gonna try and take out the stone head where I can. I need to look up this guy's name, because I would like to know what it is. I keep referring to him as just the big stone head. He may just be a giant golem head, but I don't think that's correct. I forgot that, for some reason I forgot that we have Athena's special, so it does deflect projectiles. I should use that to our advantage. I'm just trying to get rid of this golem first, or the Gorgon head. I'm gonna drop Sisyphus here for some HP. I'm surprised that actually clipped the enemy. I'm glad it hit him. It looked like it was gonna miss. Okay, ooh, we've got a max rarity slicing shot, because I don't think gods can offer you a heroic boon at base. Maybe they can, but hey, I'm gonna take that very gladly. Excellent. And there's another Hermes, so here's our chance for getting rush delivery very early on in the run. If that's the case, we're gonna have a very strong run. We're left for little want at this point. I mean, obviously, Merciful End, Athena's Dash, Artemis's Legendary, and Hunting Blades are all on our left for want list, but even then. Hello, enemies? There you are. I'm like, where are they? I don't see them all. Alright, we're on to the next wave. I do need to be careful about all the damage I'm taking, and I can actually use my my Athena special kind of defensively here, because it's a big AoE when the rocket bomb explodes, and it reflects all the projectiles that get caught in that AoE. Greatest Reflect, Rush Delivery. Oh, this is a tough decision to take between, but I mean, Rush Delivery is just too good not to take. 50% more damage based on our movement speed, so that's at least a flat 10% more damage because we have Greater Haste. I would ideally get one more Hermes boon, hopefully from Styx, the Styx shop, in which I can buy another dash. Was it Greatest Reflex or Greater Reflex? I forget. Whatever. No matter. The point being, more dash, more good. That's really all it is. The enemies keep jumping away before I can hit them with my special. Oh. Goodness. Was it the lava or the projectile that guy launched that clipped me there? Oh well, like I said, I was taking a lot of unnecessary damage. I'm really not a fan of these enemies jumping away, and it is wasting a lot of time in this room. I'm now looking at our time. We're a little bit behind schedule. if you will, the tight deadline. We're feeling it. Oh, goodness. Could you please stop dashing away, all of y'all? Oh, well. We're lacking damage now, but we're in line to have a huge amount of damage soon enough. If these guys would stop jumping away.
This is perfect.
Well, at least we got some HP. And
let's see here.
have a reasonable chance of being able to afford a Death Defiance as long as they don't go too crazy in the shop. Okay, here's the end shop. Let's go this way, see if we can see Ares, Artemis, or Athena. Any of those, again, we want. If we're given a random boon, I'm not going to buy it this time because Aphrodite just keeps shoving her face into our run, and I'm like, I don't want that. Go away. Do we get a fish? Do we get a fish? I'm going to get a fish. It's a good luck fish for the run.
Come on out. It's a flame eater.
All right, who have we got? We've got Artemis. We're gonna buy Artemis.
Should help keep me going.
I don't really want support fire. I don't want to. I don't have a core boon from Artemis. I need her legendary, or her. I need her call. Her call is the only way we can get Hunter's Blade at this point. So I guess I re-roll here and look for her call.
How about a different set of choices then?
We're not offered it, but we are offered a higher rarity support fire, a whole extra 2
prowl.
damage. That's amazing. No, it's not. But at least we'll get to see the arrows fly and get enhanced by Eris.
Why, Lerner, you are looking positively fabulous, I have to say.
That's so nice of you to say, Zagreus. You're very welcome, Lerny. On the bright side, our even base level Hunter's Blade really does shred Lerny because he's a big target that we can very easily AoE, and he just sits there and takes the damage. And in typical fashion, Eris is just melting bosses. Whoop, hold on. Try and get rid of this if I can. The fewer enemies Lerny spawns in, the better for us. Like, we're already doing 1,000 damage with Blade Rift, which is pretty wild. I'm doing this less for the damage and more for the HP it brings, although I guess I probably should have used it more defensively than I did. Again, using my special almost as a defensive option because it blocks projectiles. I would love Piercing Fire, I think, in this build, but assuming we're not offered anything that gets us closer to Cluster Bombs, or Cluster Rockets, rather. Oh dear. Alright, I think we got him. Okay, there we go. I should be able to finish this phase without taking any more damage. And I can pretty reliably block his damage by using my special there, which was pretty cool. Our coins are blocking him, but Doom killed him. Perfect. Okay. There we go. We're in this awkward middle ground, stuck between 2 different builds, unfortunately, and neither has been pulled off yet, but we have all of the building blocks for what we want. We need a little bit more, but leaving Asphodel with only 2.5 minutes left on the clock doesn't feel exactly great. I think I prioritize Athena because we want her dash more than anything else. Merciful End is great, but honestly, her dash, just for the survivability it brings, is very useful.
I needed one of those.
Unfortunately, we can't afford any of these, and they're all really good options. And then,
take the trade.
Of course, we're not offered anything that we really want to sell, but I guess I'll have to sell pressure points here. Because we have support fire, we can still potentially see Artemis's legendary boon. But I will keep moving along on to Elysium. Let us see what we get now. Yeah, we're not making the best time because even with the air rail, we haven't been.
Of Elysium, I've returned.
We haven't been granted anything super strong in the way of damage. Hopefully we see cluster rockets, because I would love to have a cluster rocket build. Granted, this isn't the cluster rocket build of my dreams. That would be with Artemis on the special. But damage is damage, and cluster bombs bring some ridiculous damage potential, honestly. It's pretty wild. It's sad that we've never seen it on this run. Or on this playthrough. I think I'll take out the butterfly ball first, just because it's right there. For what it's worth, support fire does do some damage. I watched someone do apparently there's a mod that makes it so you can get palms only, and so this guy, Halion, I've mentioned him on the channel a couple times, he is a speed runner and a high heat runner, But he has been playing Hades content for a very long time, basically since it first came out. Or rather, he's been making Hades content since before it first came out, or since it first came out. Honestly, since early access, I believe. But he did a support fire-only build, and it is as disappointing as you would expect, unfortunately.
Let's see how we can modify the rail.
Kiwi, we got cluster rockets. Oh, that's huge. All right, so watch this.
Exegriff grows
You do
stronger.
that point blank and nothing survives. So actually, I guess we don't really need Athena's dash for Merciful End anymore. Or maybe we do, because I don't think we can't really attack at the same time as we use our special. So I guess Athena's, what's it called? Athena's dash is still very much welcome in this build. But it's kind of crazy what we just got. Just imagine if we had a chance to crit on each of these rockets and we had kind of built into it with palm levels. I do unfortunately think I'm going to need to find a Patroclus because, oh, yeah, I forgot these guys have ridiculously long range. Like, their range is way longer than it looks. And unfortunately, because of that, I am prone to getting hit by them. Alright, so we only have one Death Defiance left. We'll take Lucky Tooth on the final floor, which should help us a fair bit in terms of survivability. Or honestly, we have 2 levels of hard labor. It may be better to just take the Acorn because the amount of damage that Lucky Tooth soaks up compared to the amount of damage that Acorn soaks up may actually be, it may be in favor of Acorn. I'm not 100% sure.
I'll just take that.
Hopefully we get Mid Shop or Athena. We kind of really want that Athena boon, but I think the Mid Shop is the safer option just for time. We'll see. We'll hopefully see Athena again soon enough. Speaking of which, but I can't afford her and the HP, unfortunately. I think I still take Athena here.
I'll take it.
There it is, Merciful End. Or I could take Last Stand, which will give us a Death Defiance. Nah, we came here for Merciful End. We're leaving with Merciful End. We're getting forced into an Athena room anyway. I don't have any interest in Aphrodite here, so... Oh, and we got the Butterfly Ball, which is a lot easier to deal with than anything else here, so... Just watch, look at that damage, 1,001 tick. Cluster Rockets is insane, its damage potential, especially if you get a big enemy that just, you can get a giant meat shot on, and you have the damage enhanced by Eris's passive. That Butterfly Ball was gone in a second. And now we get our Death Defiance refunded. I think... Ooh, this is a tough decision, whether I want her dash or her Death Defiance replenish. I think we're going to take Deathless Stand. I think that's more important for our overall survivability, because we are not guaranteed a Patroclus room. And I'd rather see as much chance to survive a 32 heat run as possible. I mean, we're at the point of protecting a 40+ win streak. I think I should play as defensive as reasonable. But Rush Delivery Cluster Rockets, what can you ask for more on the Eris Rail? Well, obviously Hunting Blade, I suppose, but do we even need Hunting... We remember how I said we were stuck in the middle of like 2 different builds? I think we're actually stuck in the middle of 3. Cluster Rockets, Hunting Blades, and Merciful End, and we've got 2 of the 3 now, which is just kind of wild. Like, we only needed 1 and we got 2 of them at least. Possibly a 3rd if we get good RNG. Would you kindly... I swear, those flame wheels are such a pain.
Not yet.
Alright, nothing here I want. Let's see. HP or coin. I think we honestly have enough HP at this point. I'd rather get the coin because it could potentially buy us something fun in the shop. Normally, I mean, if this was normal, Jeff, I would probably just say, no, let's absolutely go for the... Oh god, teleporting flame chariots. Hold on. Need my brain to not get hit. Who am I kidding? I have cluster rockets. These guys are a non-issue. Okay, maybe slightly more than a non-issue. Please. Okay. Slightly more than a non-issue, but either way. But just... I guess this is maybe payback for all the awful RNG runs we've been having lately, where we just aren't given any of the things we're looking for. And now we're given everything on the one where we arguably needed it the least. Hey, do you think I'm going to do this chest? We've got 5.5 minutes. We're making pretty good time through Elysium.
Interloper.
And it very well may give us the coin we need to afford something juicy out of the shop. It may cost us a Death Defiance, which is the biggest downside. Okay.
Ahoy!
That I didn't account for.
Chat later, okay?
That chariot hit me like many times in a row, which is really unfortunate. And it just wiped out our HP.
Enough, I've better things to do.
Can't do that.
I do wish this game gave you a
Very
little bit
nice.
of a damage boost potential, meaning you take less damage temporarily after getting hit. But no, you can take damage really rapid fire style, and it's a little frustrating at the best of times, and catastrophically run-ending in the worst of times. Force overtime with teleporting flame chariots is like the worst thing. It's one of the worst possible arrangements you could have in Elysium, honestly. Oh gosh. This is why I need Athena's dash more than anything else. I guess I regret not taking it after all. I still maintain that the chariots are among my least favorite enemies, but if you space properly, you can deal with them. I just can't space properly because I'm so prone to spamming dash that I don't have a way of bailing out against them.
Set.
One good whatever, we got him. One more Doom proc and we're good. There we go. 34 HP is nice. Where's my fish? I heard a fish. There's a fish.
Here's something to remember, fishies.
The rod of fishing should not be trifled with.
I caught a clam.
We can make some linguine and clams later. I haven't done that in a while. I should do that again. Ooh, we're offered a Patroclus, so okay. That's lucky.
Oh, it seems we have a visitor.
So this run is genuinely giving us all of the things we could ask for.
Goes it, lad?
You've become quite the talk of all Elysium of late.
That's good to know. All right, Kiss of Styx Premium. All of our Death Defiances are replenished.
Of course.
And then a shop. Let's take the shop here. Again, if we're offered we want Artemis or Athena at this point, I think. And there's Athena.
Here's the fee.
Unfortunately, we were not offered her dash, her call, or her her curse. Last stand here is probably a waste because we don't actually get the extra use unless we're missing one. And I don't want to give up the attack, so I guess we take last stand so we get 10% more HP when we recover. I don't know, maybe Holy Shield just for the safety it brings. It's not a whole lot. I'd rather just sell one of these, honestly. So maybe I'll take Holy Shield and I'll sell it. Otherwise, it gives us a little bit of extra defense. That kind of gives us the effect that I was complaining not having. It'll let us damage boost after we take a hit because it temporarily makes us deflect.
Rematch.
I always shall rise up to thwart your wicked plans, monster.
All right, Theseus, I have a knock-knock joke for you. Knock-knock? Who's there? Cluster rockets. Just an immediate almost 1100 damage.
To see us fight.
Do you think Theseus found that funny? Because he probably didn't, but I found it funny, and that's what matters, right? All that matters is if I find something funny. You know, I forgot we have Merciful End. I was so busy just having fun with whatever this is. But like, I guess for now I just tag enemies with the attack, and then I just delete them with the cluster bombs after the fact. Because we're doing 800 to 1,000 damage in one hit. I have nothing, like, even without Merciful End, I feel like cluster rockets is all that's needed to carry this run. Like, goodbye HP bars. Bye, Minotaur. Here, have another one. All right. Yeah, see, this is exactly what I was talking about. It is just an insanely strong run, or insanely strong option.
Lord Poseidon, I invoke your might.
Cluster rockets, cluster rockets, cluster rockets.
How could you?
Now, oh man, I would love to see this critting though, or with an Aphrodite level of damage modifier.
Myself. We got them, my good shade.
I'm glad that we don't cancel out text with the good shade. Like, we can cancel out text anywhere else.
Go on and try.
With overlapping dialogue, but never with the good shade. All right. I could force Athena here, but I think we're on 32 heat. It's probably better to take the Lucky Tooth. But that's not fun. Taking the Adamant Arrowhead. Screw the consequences.
I still need these.
Oh, perfect. We can finally sell Wave of Despair because I have no interest in that. And it'll give us a bunch of coin. Ooh, 40% more damage on the special does sound quite juicy, but I am going to hold off on that. I will take the 33 HP though, just for a little bit of extra safety.
Cut through Elysium.
All right, on to Styx. There is still a chance that we see Athena here as well, mind you, although the odds are low. But honestly, I don't think we need her at this point. Aphrodite ever showing up unwanted as always. I think now I understand why the like higher heat runners and the speed runners are just always bagging on Aphrodite.
Looks like a gup.
It's because overall her list of boons that she offers is very underwhelming and overall kind of disappointing, and yet here she is insisting that she offer us her aid. I guess we still have a chance of getting Hunting Blade, so I think I will go Artemis first. Yeah, I'll go Artemis first. If we are offered the trade for our special, I am taking that in a heartbeat, because realistically speaking, we're at the point where Merciful End literally doesn't matter. You see this damage on cluster rockets. It's funny because like the trade-off for taking cluster bomb is each rocket does, or each bomb does 30% less damage, but when you're hitting 5 times pretty darn reliably, it doesn't even matter. Oops, I got popped. Oops, you got popped too. Where's the... Oh, I'm looking for the poison cure. Oops. Oh well, we're fine. I am getting very cocky before my fall, but mind you, I think we're in a very good position here. Need I say more as we just blow up the room we're walking through? Rush delivery cluster rockets, man. With Merciful End on the Eris rail. Some of the most devastating damage potential you could have in a run. Quite noisy though, I will say. It makes quite a lot of sound. This is insane. Oh my goodness, what hit me? Was it a...
Not so fast.
What hit me for 70 damage there? I must have gotten clipped by a mine from one of these mine throwers. I can't see anything because I'm just blowing up the entire room. I'll have to be careful. These guillotines also do quite a bit of damage.
Lady Artemis.
See, like I said, cocky before the fall. We are not offered her duo with Ares. I could take Artemis's aid because that will give me a chance of getting Heartrend, or I just take pressure points because right now we don't actually have a way of critting. I think I just take pressure points for the crit chance.
I'll make every strike count.
Because if we do crit with cluster rockets, that just sounds
Quite enough here, thanks.
pretty funny. Do I just save up for the diamond at this point? I don't think I do, and I'm definitely not taking that anvil. At this point, it doesn't hurt to take Aphrodite because we could get something that applies weak to enemies, another like Dying Lament or whatever it was called. The one that we just sold on the way into Styx, because that will at least give us a reliable way of getting status privilege. Every time we tag an enemy with Doom, that's one curse, and then the other curse would come from... I'm just gonna hide here for a second. Thank you. And then
Not yet.
the curse from Aphrodite, if we get hit, would apply the second, because we don't actually have a way of applying status privilege reliably at this point, unfortunately. The other fun boon that would have been great for this run would have been faster specials from Hermes would have been great, especially if we got an epic tier quality of one, because that would make it so that we just can spam our cluster rockets even more often. There's a pretty long cooldown on the rockets, unfortunately. Like, it is this long. That's how long it takes. It's like a full second at least. So
Found it already.
cool, 2 chamber sticks. I will be very happy with that.
Oh, Boo, looks like you've rather got yourself into a bind there, haven't you? Though not to worry, dearest. I can pull some strings.
I don't think we're getting a duo here. No, we're not. Okay. Passion Dash. I guess, yeah, let's take Passion Dash, because that'll make it very easy to apply weak.
Worked out.
Since we're always going to be dashing towards enemy to get our cluster rockets fully tagging Hades.
Much better.
And then I think what we do at this point is we just buy this higher level palm and hope it ends up on our special.
Why not?
Which it did. Going from 84 to 113 damage on the special sounds awesome.
Cerberus moves for no one, but for Satasax, he can make an exception.
Okay. Let us go absolutely demolish Hades with this build. Or get demolished because I'm going to be standing point blank and firing off DPS into his face. We'll see. I think what I start with is I just launch all my Hunter's Blades forward at him.
You're looking very stately there, Father.
Tag him with 1 attack, and then just dash in and special him.
You are predictable in your arrivals here. Less so during the fight itself.
Yeah, Hades, I don't think you know what's about to happen, but it's about to happen real bad. Alright, let's toss our casts. 1 attack, and cluster bombs. 1,200 damage in 1 hit. Go ahead and do this again. I don't care. Status privilege, cluster bombs. Cluster bombs. Alright, lots of little annoying enemies, but nothing too scary. Most things we can kill pretty quickly with cluster bombs. In fact, we did. Kudos to Support Fire for actually getting a kill on something there. It finished off that skull, I think. Oh, you were charging that way, I didn't see. The funniest part is if he starts firing off his own cast, we're gonna block it with our special whenever we're going point blank against him. You want to take out these shielders as quick as possible, too. I find them incredibly annoying. So we'll go ahead and just pop him like that. I am definitely being cockier than I need to be, but honestly, do you see my build? Okay, maybe I should have been a little more careful.
Oh, back.
As long as I time my dashes appropriately, we're fine. Alright, there's phase 1.
Let's finish this.
Need to remember to drop Boldy on him. Toss my cast, tag him with an attack, and here, have a Boldy. Oh, he dodged at the last second there, unfortunate. I guess I could have waited a little bit longer. But the fact that we are doing 1200 a hit to him at rapid fire like this is pretty amazing. Here's his face, go ahead and grab all our goodies, and just dance around Hades a little bit. Here, have a cast. Oh, where do you think you're going, Dad? You know what, I don't care. Here, just have cluster bombs. I'm just gonna stand still and spam cluster bombs at this point, because do I need to do anything else? Lasers? No. Bombs.
Blast.
Yes, that's exactly what we did. Blast indeed.
You bested me. I'll grant you, Zagreus.
Well,
you win, boy.
Honestly, like, usually when I get Merciful End, I say that's going to be what carries the run and makes it extremely fast, but no, Cluster Rockets is probably one of the most ridiculous builds you could possibly hope to get at any point, and we sure did get it all right. But you know what? I think the game chose the correct set of boons for here. Rocket Bomb, Cluster Bomb, Divine Flourish, Merciful End, and Aspect of Ares. 45 on our win streak, 77 total clears altogether. Certainly not our fastest time on the rail by a fair margin, but a very fun, and hey, 32 heat cleared again. I forgot we were running 32 heat because the run was so easy. We were spoon-fed everything we could have hoped to want.
Although there are innumerable ways for one to die, our danger-seeking prince has come to know a sizable variety.
Yeah, basically the only thing we could have asked for there is Hunting Blades, or Artemis's Legendary with Hunting Blades, but I'm not complaining about what we got because, oh my goodness, that was a wild run. You know, I should have put Rush Delivery there instead of maybe the special, but no matter, it's fine.
Thank you, thank you.
Let's do our house roundup.
Good thing you're basically immortal, huh?
Basically.
Achilles is probably in Elysium.
Alright, no.
Boy.
Missing a lot of our friends today.
Zagreus.
Oh, come on, Serby. Hurry up and eat. This stuff can't be that bad. I mean, can it?
I wouldn't recommend tasting it, Dusa. I have a feeling you're not going to enjoy it. Alright, pets for the good boy.
You are the best, you know that, don't you, boy?
I know he knows that. He definitely knows that. Alright, Hades, you got some new dialogue for us. What have you got to say? Also, thank you for calling us by our name. I'm proud of you. You're making progress.
Tell me in brief, boy. Our own upon Olympus. Are they continuing to aid you as expected?
Still showing up and lending their support. I think some of them are a little disappointed I'm not planning to come join them, though I think they understand now that they owe the underworld a debt. We all have to do our part looking after the mortals, whether alive or dead.
You know, he did say in brief, Zagreus, and then you give him a full paragraph.
Indeed. I half expected they would disappoint. Abandon you to toil on your own. At least thus far, they've honored their commitment then.
They have.
They have.
My greetings to my very dearest friend.
And greetings to you too, Orpheus. Oh, Hypnos, you're doing great.
Nice work, Hypnos.
Just gotta keep him on those lists. Turns out to-do lists work great for him too. I'm not trading a Titan Blood for a diamond, most certainly not. We're still in dire need of Titan Blood, although we are gathering it up pretty quickly. We're at 6 again. Keys, gems, and a nectar from the chef.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure indeed. Alright, I think it's just Skelly, and then that's the end of today's episode, Kiwi. I hope you've enjoyed watching. Let's see what we're running next. I would like to do some more spear runs because I realize we have not done much with the spear. Oh, thank you, game, for hearing me say exactly that. Huh. What do we take here? Could max out the aspect of Zagreus and see what that does, which it upgrades the special damage, range, and speed. Aspect of Achilles is always appealing. Aspect of Hades doesn't really do much for me, and despite its very nasty side effect, this aspect of Guan Yu just does so much damage that it's actually a really fun weapon to use. But why don't we go Aspect of Zagreus? We'll probably do a lower heat run, but let's max this out.
Grows in power.
What's going on back there?
Aspect of Zagreus now does 25% more damage with its special. It also has 25% more range and speed on that special.
Hey, not bad.
Wow, 25% means 31 damage at base. That's not really that good at all, actually. Oh well, we'll see how we make it work in the next run, but I am definitely not doing 32 heat with my first time running this build. With all that said, Kiwi, I hope you've enjoyed watching.
You want another piece of this or what?
And if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and I will see you in the next one.